meal. Some people have ended up in the hospital with kidney stones, while others, despite eating very healthy every day, have lost almost all the nutrients from their meals. These small mistakes in food pairing, which seem harmless, are actually silently damaging the body day by day. After years of research, I've come to realize that certain foods are incredibly nutritious on their own. But when eaten together, they can interact in harmful ways, damaging the liver, the kidneys, and destroying nearly all their nutritional value. In fact, some food combinations can cause oxalate to build up in the kidneys, one of the main causes of kidney stones. So, what are these 3 food pairings? And why are they so dangerous? Let's dive into each case together in this video. Don't skip a single minute, because just one small change in your eating habits could help save your kidneys. If you find this video helpful, please leave a comment and subscribe to the channel. It gives me more motivation to keep sharing. Wishing you peaceful meals and a healthy body from the inside out. The first food pairing you should absolutely avoid is tomatoes and cucumbers. They may seem healthy together, but when combined the wrong way, they can actually do more harm than good. Tomatoes and cucumbers are 2 of the most common ingredients in almost every Vietnamese kitchen. They're refreshing, easy to eat, and convenient for mixing into salads or eating fresh with rice. So many people have the habit of combining them in one meal. On the surface, it looks like a healthy, fresh, and colorful combination, but when I looked deeper into the nutritional content and biological interactions of these 2 foods, I discovered something concerning. Eating tomatoes and cucumbers at the same time can prevent your body from absorbing vitamin C, the most important nutrient in tomatoes, because it gets destroyed right in the mouth and stomach. Why? Because cucumbers contain an enzyme called ascorbinase, which can completely break down vitamin C when we mix cucumbers with tomatoes. The ascorbinase enzyme neutralizes the vitamin C in the tomatoes before the body even has a chance to absorb it. So, that salad that looks healthy and nutritious? It actually loses nearly all of its value. What's even more concerning is that if you eat this combination regularly, you may experience a silent vitamin C deficiency. And vitamin C isn't just for immunity, it also helps the body absorb iron, heal wounds, fight oxidation, and keep your skin bright and healthy. Without enough vitamin C, the body may feel tired. The skin may look dull. Bleeding gums can occur. Hair may fall out, and the immune system can become weakened. But the issue doesn't stop at nutrient loss. This pairing also affects digestion, especially for those with weak stomachs. Eating these 2 foods together can lead to bloating, acid reflux, indigestion, and slow digestion. When food isn't digested efficiently, waste builds up, forcing the liver and kidneys to work overtime to filter and eliminate it. Tomatoes also contain a natural amount of oxalate. If digestion is poor or food is improperly combined, oxalate can bond with calcium to form calcium oxalate, an insoluble salt and a key ingredient in kidney stones. Over time, these tiny crystals can accumulate in the kidney's tubules, forming stones, causing painful urination, lower back pain, or even leading to kidney dysfunction if left undetected. I've met many people who eat a balanced diet, lots of vegetables, little meat, and plenty of water, but still develop kidney stones without knowing why. After carefully reviewing their daily meals, I found that they had a habit of eating tomato and cucumber salad almost every day. The problem wasn't the ingredients themselves, but the wrong way they were combined. So how should we eat them properly? Each food has its own unique value. You just need to avoid eating them together. If you've already eaten cucumber at lunch, have tomatoes at dinner, or vice versa. Make sure to space them at least 2 hours apart so the ascorbinase enzyme is no longer active, allowing your body to fully absorb the vitamin C from the tomatoes. And if you still want a fresh and safe salad, you can swap the cucumber for lettuce, carrots, or purple cabbage, or simply enjoy tomatoes alone with a bit of olive oil and fresh herbs. It's delicious and great for your health. Just one small change in how you eat can help preserve the full value of your food. Make digestion easier, improve absorption, and most importantly, reduce the burden on your liver and kidneys, those organs that quietly work every day to keep you healthy. The next food combination you need to pay close attention to is milk and sour fruits, which may seem like a double health boost. But if eaten at the wrong time, can cause digestive issues and increase the risk of kidney stones. Many people are used to drinking a glass of milk and then eating a few slices of orange, pineapple, or some strawberries, thinking it's a healthy, balanced way to cool the stomach and aid digestion. But in reality, this is a poorly timed combination. Not only does it reduce nutritional value, but if repeated frequently, it places a heavy burden on the digestive system and kidneys. Milk, especially cow's milk, contains a primary protein called casein, which makes up about 80% of its total protein content. Casein is highly nutritious and beneficial for bones, muscles, and the immune system. However, it is very sensitive to acids. On the other hand, sour fruits like oranges, lemons, grapefruits, pineapples, and strawberries are high in citric acid, which creates a low pH, highly acidic environment. When you consume milk and sour fruits at the same time, the citric acid causes the casein in the milk to curdle right in the stomach, forming large clumps that are hard to digest. These protein clumps prevent digestive enzymes from properly breaking them down, leading to bloating, stomach discomfort, indigestion, acid reflux, or in sensitive individuals like children, the elderly, or people with weak stomachs, mild nausea or even diarrhea. More concerning is that if these curdled protein clumps aren't fully digested, the body has no choice but to move into the elimination phase, putting extra strain on the liver and especially the kidneys. Undigested casein, combined with acid and oxalate ions from sour fruits, and the calcium naturally present in milk, can form calcium oxalate. This compound is one of the most common causes of kidney stones today. In other words, curdling happens in the stomach, sedimentation occurs in the kidneys, and this creates a dual threat of digestive disorders and kidney stones, even if you're not eating salty food or skipping water. Beyond digestion and excretion, this combination significantly reduces nutritional absorption. The acids in the fruits lower the body's ability to absorb calcium and vitamin D from the milk. At the same time, in an unstable digestive environment, the natural vitamin C in the fruit also gets partially destroyed. So while you may think you're getting more nutrients, the body actually absorbs very little and has to work harder to deal with the negative reactions. If you still want to include both milk and sour fruits in your daily diet, which is absolutely a good idea, just don't consume them together in the same meal. For example, if you drink milk in the morning, wait 2 to 3 hours before eating any sour fruits. Or if you've already had fruit, wait until your stomach finishes digesting it before drinking milk. Most importantly, never blend sour fruits with milk into a smoothie or drink, because the curdling reaction happens as soon as the ingredients are mixed, long before reaching your stomach. For anyone with a sensitive stomach or a history of kidney stones, it's highly recommended to separate these two types of food during the day. Just a small change in how you eat, without spending any extra effort or money, can help your body absorb nutrients more completely, ease your digestion, lighten the kidney's workload, and most importantly, prevent harmful buildup over time. The third food pairing you should also be especially cautious about is water spinach combined with calcium-rich foods, such as freshwater crab, shrimp, snails, small fish eaten with bones, cheese, or even milk. Water spinach is a familiar and beloved vegetable in many Vietnamese households. Dishes like crab soup with water spinach, boiled water spinach with dipping sauce, water spinach stir-fried with garlic, shrimp, or pork, are all simple yet delicious. However, there's something not many people know. When water spinach is eaten in the same meal as calcium-rich foods, It can trigger harmful biological reactions that, over time, affect the kidneys and urinary tract. The reason is that water spinach contains a high amount of oxalate, also known as oxalic acid. This substance is present in many leafy greens like amaranth or beetroot, but is especially concentrated in water spinach. When eaten together with calcium-rich foods like shrimp, crab, or milk, oxalic acid binds with calcium to form calcium oxalate, an insoluble salt that the body cannot absorb and must eliminate through urine. The issue arises when the amount of calcium oxalate becomes too high, or if the kidneys are weak and cannot eliminate it in time. It starts to accumulate in the kidneys, forming crystals that gradually develop into stones. According to medical statistics, calcium oxalate stones are the most common type of kidney stones, accounting for over 70% of all diagnosed cases. I've met many people who follow a very healthy diet, low salt, lots of greens, enough water, but still develop small kidney stones. After asking carefully, I found out they frequently eat crab soup with water spinach, stir-fried water spinach with shrimp, or boiled water spinach with braised fish. These dishes seem healthy, but eating calcium and oxalate together at the same time unintentionally increases the risk of kidney stone formation. And it doesn't stop at kidney stones. The formation of calcium oxalate also reduces the body's ability to absorb calcium, leading to a silent deficiency. Over time, this can contribute to bone loss, especially in older adults or postmenopausal women. You're consuming calcium, but not absorbing it. Instead, you're putting more strain on your kidneys, which is truly unfortunate. If you enjoy eating water spinach, crab, shrimp, or still want to drink milk every day, that's absolutely fine. You just need to space them out by at least 4 to 6 hours so your body has time to absorb and process each nutrient group separately. Avoiding harmful reactions. For example, if you have crab soup at lunch, wait until dinner to eat water spinach. Or if you have water spinach at night, then wait until the next morning to drink milk or eat cheese. In addition, when consuming foods high in oxalate like water spinach, it's highly recommended to drink enough water throughout the day and add foods rich in magnesium and potassium, like bananas or spinach, to help reduce the risk of kidney stone formation. It's such a small adjustment in eating habits, but if done correctly, the body will not only absorb nutrients more effectively, but also naturally reduce the risk of kidney stones, without the need for medication. Let me share a real story about a woman in her 50s who lived a very healthy lifestyle. Every morning, she drank a glass of milk along with a few orange segments or half a slice of pineapple. Thinking simply, this fills me up and gives me vitamin C to boost my immunity. At first, everything seemed normal, but after a few years, she began to experience bloating and slow digestion, and occasionally even mild diarrhea. Thinking it might be spoiled milk or sour fruit, she tried switching to different kinds, but nothing improved. A medical checkup later revealed oxalate crystals in her urine, a warning sign of kidney stones. The root cause was drinking milk and eating sour fruits at the same time. Milk is rich in the protein casein, while oranges and pineapples contain citric acid. These two substances react with each other, making digestion difficult and overburdening the kidneys when consumed daily. Once she made a small change, drinking milk in the morning and waiting 2 to 3 hours before eating fruit, her digestion noticeably improved. She said, "Just a little change made such a difference. I didn't even need to take extra supplements." Another story is about an elderly man from the countryside who loved eating crab soup with water spinach. His family made it several times a week, thinking this rural dish was cooling and nutritious. But after a few years, he began feeling a dull ache in his lower back and experienced painful urination. An ultrasound revealed kidney stones, specifically calcium oxalate stones. After a thorough consultation, the main cause was found to be the regular combination of crab soup and water spinach, both good foods. But eaten together, they caused harmful precipitation in the kidneys. Once he adjusted his diet, spacing out the meals, separating food groups, drinking plenty of water, and adding bananas and spinach, his condition stabilized. The stones didn't grow, and he returned to normal health and daily activities. Dear friends, on our journey to protect our health, sometimes the issue isn't a lack of nutrients, but simply the wrong way we combine foods. This leads to nutrient loss, digestive problems, and impacts on the liver and kidneys, often without us realizing it. The 3 food pairings mentioned today are all familiar dishes in everyday family meals. But if we eat them at the wrong time or mix them the wrong way, we not only lose their nutritional benefits but may also be causing hidden harm. The good news is, we can completely fix this with simple changes to how we eat, and the benefits for our health are immense. Right finger, always remember, there are no bad foods, only bad combinations. When we understand and eat correctly, every meal becomes a natural, wholesome, and sustainable medicine. And finally, from the bottom of my heart, I just want to share this message. Just 3 minutes of thought about our daily eating habits can lighten the load on our stomach, liver, and kidneys, and steadily build better health for ourselves and our loved ones. Eating right isn't difficult. What matters is understanding our body, understanding our food, and learning to listen. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your family and friends. Wishing you and your loved ones joy and good health. May every meal be delicious and nourishing for every single cell in your body.